What's going on, Breaker Nation? We back with another interview. Today, we got the man, the myth, the legend himself. I forgot to ask you, is it Camilo? Is that
Camilo. It's Camilo.
Camilo? Okay. See,
Yes, sir.
I was leaving the L out of there.
All
But
good.
so we got Kamilo Tongamoa today, defensive tackle, obviously for the Breakers.
Yes, sir.
Um, First, I just want to appreciate you taking the time out to do this. I mean, I know you guys got stuff going on in life, so I appreciate you guys
Yeah.
anytime y'all can come out here and do this. So
Now, thank you for having me, bro.
always, always. So one thing that I always kind of want to ask guys when I interview them, because it's like what I said in my last interview with Jared Thomas, is that like beyond being a football player, you guys are also human. So I always want to ask you guys just to talk about your life story a little bit, just kind of like where you come from and you know
Yeah.
everything before college, basically. So,
I was actually I was born in American Samoa. And, and then from American Samoa, I moved from American Samoa to Hawaii, and then from Hawaii, and I think I was when I moved to American Samoa, I was about a fifth. I was fifth grader, and then moved to Hawaii, and then from Hawaii to LA. Then I grew up most of my time in LA, and then yeah, after and when I stayed in LA for a little bit, went to high school at Poly High School, John H. Francis Poly, not Long Beach Poly, because every time I say Poly, everybody think about Long Beach Poly, but nah, but I had uh played 3 years there. Junior year I played. Junior year I didn't play because I didn't have the grades. So I started from my freshman year to sophomore year, played varsity. In my junior year, didn't have grades. So then went back to went and then my senior year came back, played my senior year, and then didn't have grades to go D1 out of. I went to junior college, Merced College, and then after after Merced College, I transferred to Iowa State, and then Iowa State, I had a little stint with I had like a mini camp tryout with the Redskins. They were the Redskins at the time in 2019. Didn't make the team, so then after that, once I didn't make that mini camp tryout, I, it's a long story short, tried to become a coach at Iowa State. I was a volunteer coach there, and then and then COVID hit, and everything was just like. So then I had to find a job quick out there in Iowa. I worked at Barilla for a little bit, and I thought I was done playing. And then after in like 2020, while watching football, I was like, damn, I want to come back to playing again. So then I had the- fortunately I played in the spring league in 2020, and then from there that's how I got my film to like, and then played 2020 and 2021, and that's how I met my D line coach, Coach Spice, and that's how I got drafted into the USFL just because of my D line. I mean my D line coach, 'cause he was, and then yeah, became a breaker. That was it.
and I ain't gonna lie, you just went through like all my questions in one. I was like, you
For
just
real?
keep going.
My
I
bad.
was like, dang, he got them all. But so like, so you went to JUCO out of college, you said because of grades. So like, what was that like? Kind of, because I've heard some people talk about JUCO and like it's kind of like crazy. So like, what was it like for you?
I felt like it was it was a great opportunity. It's just like the spring league, having this going to spring league is just making the route to go into like see with the spring league. I'm glad with the spring league, I got some film there to get into the USFL. So basically like that. It's just like, but yeah, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. I don't want to get into details with that, but it was a struggle, and but yeah, it's a grind, just like how it is right now. That's why I feel like going that junior college route kind of made this kind of this process of being patient to to get that call, but it was good. I wouldn't, I'll recommend that to anybody that coming out of high school is just like, but you just gotta. It's just like a grind. You be consistent in in what you do and everything, especially academics. I suck in school. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, school, it ain't for everybody, man.
Yeah, it ain't for everybody.
No, it's not. And I mean, a lot of people sometimes they feel like just because they can't do some math that they not, what I'm saying, they're not good enough. I promise you. Listen, I work every day almost. I promise you, I do not do math. I don't, what I'm saying. I don't read
Yeah,
English. I don't do none of that stuff,
yeah,
man. So it's do it if you're in school. Do it, but like it's
yeah.
not the end of the world if you can't do some math. So,
But
but
there'd be times I'd be missing school because I'd be having too much time in my hand. I'm like, dang, I feel like school was the reason why I was, like it kept me busy,
yeah,
and I was like, I sometimes be looking, be thinking like, should I go back to school? With the USFL offering that, that free
yeah,
education, and I was like, I sometimes sit at home like, should I go back to school? And then I'm like, for like thinking for like 2 minutes, I'm like, nah, I like my, I like my chill time. Nah, but
yeah.
now
I
there'll
hear
be
you
times
on
I
that.
want to go back to school, but I'm still
Yeah,
debating right now. I forgot that we had that free education at USFL. That's what's great about the USFL. There, they provide that education for some of the guys that that got drafted early and not finished their their degrees. But I mean, I know some guys are taking the opportunity of that schooling.
yeah. No, that's awesome. That was one of the earliest things that we heard from them was that they were offering that, and I'm glad that they did that. Like you said, for dudes that left early and didn't get to finish their degree. So yeah, that's awesome. I mean, even just somebody like you that could just be like, you know what, I kind of want to go back and do a little bit more. Like you can do
Yeah,
that. So yeah, that's awesome. So coming out of JUCO, you had a lot of offers from teams that were kind of on the West Coast, but you chose Iowa State, which was maybe a
yeah.
little bit far from home. So like,
Uh,
what went into that? Why Iowa State?
Um, I, I chose Iowa State because once I went there, I felt good going in there. The campus was cool, and I love Coach Campbell till today. He still sometimes hit me up and just checking up on me. Even like I've been out of college for 3 years now, and he still still contact me, checking up on me, and if I could hit him up now anytime, and he'll answer the phone and just if I need anything, he'll be happy to help me, and but that's one of the main reasons why I love Iowa State is because the coaching staff, especially Coach Campbell. I'll ride with that guy any day, if and that's pretty much it. Just it felt good, and then I have one of my boy, my Uso right now till today. We met over there. Ray Lima, he's oh man, that dude's a beast. I was trying to convince him to, I was trying to convince him to try to come become a breaker, but he's over there coaching right now. So he's same age as me too. So I'm like, dang, if he would have came with us, he would have been. Ooh, I would have been. He's. I feel like he's a lot better than me. I learned most of my game from him.
What it was he a D lineman?
Yeah, he was a D lineman. He was a D lineman.
I mean, hey, you can never have too much depth on the D line. I'm
That's what
telling
I
you,
was like. I was
never
like,
have too
bro,
much.
you're not old, man. You're not too old. You still got it. But with his knowledge and and his talent, I feel like But right now he wants to take the coaching route, and he's a menace. He was a menace at Iowa State. Played behind him.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I mean, even you said you was trying to get into coaching. I mean, we had another dude, Jalen Allen. He was one of the linemen, offensive linemen. He was coaching at Marshall. There's a lot of dudes that was just kind of coaching,
Yeah, it's
and
because football, man. You gotta love football. If you're a
absolutely,
guy that especially in our situation, it's like it's like you can't. I don't know why, but I can't get away from football. Just I can't. Sometimes I can't watch football. Like preseason games because I'm like, damn, I wish I was out there and playing. But in due time, like what's his name? Toby Johnson would say, in due time.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just patience, man. It's all Sometimes it just ain't up to you. There ain't. You just gotta
Yeah.
wait, man. You just gotta wait. Yeah. Um. So like you were saying, how you kind of grew up in Los Angeles and in California. So like, how was it going from like living in LA, Los Angeles, and in California, and then going all the way to Iowa? What was
Uh,
it like?
I got used to it from junior college because my junior college is up north, and
Okay.
so it's up north, close to like Fresno, and my junior college is almost like a college town, because and then there's another college, a university that's there called Merced. It's called UC Merced. So like they're about like 30 minutes away from our junior college, and I think now they're starting to like have like some of the kids from UC Merced coming to our games now, and I mean the reason why I'm used to it because it's like a farm town, like it's like a small town, and then when I go to Iowa, it's like a college town, small town, and I kind of like the small town feeling, and being and driving around Iowa, it's like you see all the small towns, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's where might end up being, getting my own land and just staying to start farming.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's, like I'm a person that kind of likes being in the city a little bit, but
Yeah,
where I'm at, there's a lot of people that just kind of live out in the country and do their own thing, man. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
want to
mean,
have like little, some cattle and some chicken, live that low key life.
yeah, hey, I hear you, man. Hey, some people like that life, and if it's as long as you're happy, like do
Yeah,
it, man. Do what makes you happy. So, you kind of talked a little bit about like what you were doing after Iowa State into the spring league, but how did you get to the spring league? What got you into the spring league?
it was funny because this just two couples I met in Iowa. They're my family now. I call them, they're like my parents, like and their name is Chris and Angie, and I met them through church. My first day there, my first Sunday there, and I mean, long story short, and they were supporting me in anything I wanted to do. I told them I wanted to be an officer and I wanted to be and they're always supporting me on whatever I wanted to do. And then one day I told them I was like, I think I'm ready to, come back. I want to try this football thing out. And we were just driving, and then they were like, yeah, just pray about it and see. So then I did, and then I told them the thing. I told them. So then Angie, the lady Angie, she basically did the research, and then she had like connection with the the coach from what NBA team in Canada. The
Toronto.
coach, yeah, she. It's funny. I don't know why I'm telling her story, but she'll be mad. I mean, but her ex boyfriend. She reached out to her ex boyfriend, which is the head coach for Toronto, right?
Nurse.
Huh? Nick
Oh,
Nurse. There we go.
dang, that's
So she reached out to him. So she reached out to him. If he if he has any connection to the CFL, right? And then he kind of emailed her back, and like they're really good friends now, and he reached back to her and about this link about the TSL. Just having told her to get down, and then she told me about it, and she was like, "Oh, what you think about the spring league? Like, just sign up. I'm like, you think I should?" And then she was like, "Yeah, why?" She was like, "Why the heck not? Just do it." So I was all right. So I put all my information in, and funny part is I used my junior college highlight.
hey man.
And I was like, you know what? I didn't have no film coming out of college because I didn't really play much in college because I don't know, I didn't really I didn't play much because they ran the three front. I didn't just fit in that 3-3 front that they had. I would stay if and then that's a really good defense for the pass. But And so I didn't have much film. So then I used my junior college film, and then I just, I was like signing up, put my junior college film, and did all my, and once I put my junior college film in, I later on, like probably 2 3 days after, I linked some dude. I don't know who. I forgot. I got a link from the spring league to sign up for it. He's like, "Oh, you have been chosen. Would you would you want to play in this upcoming season?" I was, "Oh." So then I told.
Like,
So then so then I told. So I told Angie, Chris and Angie about it, and I was like, "Should I sign up?" She looked at me. I took 2 days to think about it. She was like, "When did they send this?" And I was like, "2 days ago." She was like, "Why the hell?" She was yelling at me. She was yelling at me. She was like, "You should have signed up once they sent it to you." I was like, "Oh, I was just thinking. I didn't know." And she was like, "Yeah, you should have. You should just sign up now." And so I didn't. So then I sent them. I accepted to play in that league, and then yeah, that's how I got in my junior college film.
that's crazy. That
All
that's
it's all
even
God, it's all God's, working, man. But
absolutely that's crazy that Nick Nurse helped you get
yeah,
that. Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the craziest things I've heard in a minute, man.
yeah, it's like
That's
I
crazy.
don't know. I think back sometimes in my process. I'm like, wow. But anybody in my situation could have like, could have given up, but but it's just like, it's just keep going. You never know, where this process will take you. So got
Yep,
me to the USFL, and the USFL pretty good platform for guys like myself.
definitely,
So
absolutely. I mean, look at. I mean, you was thinking about should I even play again, and just now you want to on a random interview. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's crazy. Now it's crazy how life can go, man. It's
life
crazy.
is yeah, life is it's crazy, but every time the one thing that kept me going is just hey, having God on my side, and having all some. I have like my family and those two couples in Iowa. My parents, they're like my parents out there in Iowa. So
Yeah,
and they treat me like their own. So that's what I love about them, and but thanks to them too. They're a big part of this process, and and my family out here too. They just just keep telling me to keep going, and you never know where the road will take you.
yeah, absolutely, man. Um,
Yeah,
it's always good to have people in your life that's supporting you, whether
yeah,
it's even at home, if you get somewhere in college, always having somebody that has your back, man.
hmm
That can that can help a lot in life. I
yeah,
can say that. Um, so obviously the spring league was kind of like your connection, to the USFL.
yes.
But what was it like? What was the process of kind of going through like the USFL draft and like getting picked by the Breakers and just stuff like that? Like, what was that like?
It was funny because when the day the draft came, my D line coach calls me. He's like, "Hey, good luck. I might not pick you up, but I'll pick you if you don't get picked up. I'll pick you up on the second draft on March. That's when the second draft, right? March 10th.
Yeah, it was
So
March.
and yeah, he said that, and I was like, "Hey, coach, whatever, whatever round I don't get, I don't get, and if you pick me up, I'll be glad, whatever round you pick me up, I'll be happy. I'm ready to come in and work for a spot." And then he was all right, and then next year, and then the day of the draft, I was just, waiting, my phone call, I'm waiting for a phone call, so I'm like, "Damn, I'm seeing all these guys getting picked up, and I'm like, oh man." So my brother, and I was driving with my brother actually, and he was like, "Just be patient, bro. Just be patient. Your name, you gonna get called." And I felt like it was like I was going through the NFL draft. I'm like, man, this is what it felt like for guys that's going through the NFL draft. I'm like, so I'm like, ah, so I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, ah, I'm like, I was just, I was trying to set my mind to get picked up on March 10th, the second draft, the pool. And then next we were driving. My brother was just on Twitter keeping up with the draft. And then next he was like, "Hey, bro, you just got drafted." I was like, "What?" So he was like, I was like, "Stop!" And I try to keep a poker face because I showed him that I didn't care. I was like, man, man, shut up, dude. Don't lie to me. He's like, bro, you got drafted. I was like, no, he didn't. And then he's like, look, and then he showed me. And I was like, oh, no way. I started cutting. I was like, ooh, I was celebrating. And I was like, oh, now that whole weight off my shoulder, and I was like, oh man, that's cool. And we was actually, driving to pick up his, because he's becoming the sheriff. So he just found out that he got accepted into the academy and stuff. So we were celebrating both of our, accomplishment.
Oh,
But
that's
that's how it felt. I was like, oh, I ain't gonna lie, I had anxiety. But I was like, damn, I don't know if I was gonna get picked up, So, but I was trying to tip my mom to get picked up for March 10th, and then got picked up early.
yeah. I mean, anybody in that situation would have a little bit, a little bit of anxiety,
Yeah,
with jitters. You're like, man,
I was like,
dude, that that whole thing was crazy on Twitter. I was refreshing. I've never refreshed so many times in my life, man.
yeah.
I was
That's what my brother was doing. He was refreshing everything. I didn't even want to look at it. So after I started looking at all those guys was getting picked up and D line was starting to get picked up, I was like, oh yeah, I would stop looking at it. So I just, mind my own business. And then next, I was like, dude, you just got picked up. And then my D line coach called me right after, and I was like, oh, I was stoked. And he was like, you better be ready to come to work. And I was like, yep, coach, I'm ready. so, so yeah, it was exciting though. It was exciting.
man. It's crazy to feel like that was that long ago too, because like I
Yeah.
sat there
Feel like
refreshing
it
every
was. It
two
was like,
seconds.
but it's like 4 months ago, 3 months ago.
Yeah, I
No,
know it was.
2 months
It
ago,
was.
ain't it?
It was. It was
Oh
like
yeah, 4 or 5.
probably like four or
I'm
five,
tripping. I'm
probably
tripping.
like five, maybe something like that. But yeah, I mean, like, so it was one of the first spring leagues, I think, since like the first UXFL to finish a full season, right?
Yeah.
So, what grade would you give yourself, like for your first season?
For me, I'll give myself a C minus. I'll give myself a C minus because I felt like I could have done better, a little bit better. My pass rush and we started off hot, but I feel like I could have done a little bit better. With double teams, holding up double, and and but yeah, I feel like I gave myself a C minus. I could have done a little bit better. But I mean, now this off season, I think I'm about to be going up to Dallas, and I'm gonna be training up in Dallas, and taking my taking my training a little bit more serious. Because before coming into the USFL, I was training, but here and there, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it in or not. So I was just like, I just got to keep working. I just keep working. So hopefully I come back in, be more be more conditioned and be ready.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I mean, we had obviously a lot of us had no clue, who was really in the draft or whatnot. So I know, I mean, for you guys, you don't know it. If it's the NFL draft and you're a first, you're a first round pick, But like for
Hmm.
you guys, like it's completely different because you just didn't know.
Don't know because
You
there's a
just
lot of
don't.
guys, in our
Yes,
situation,
there's a
and then
lot
it's
of
like
dudes,
400. I mean, 400 something people just got chosen, and it's
and
just
it's
like,
like, and a lot of y'all like you don't really know. Like I
yeah,
said, it's different from the NFL where this dude's been a first round pick for the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? He already knows. But for y'all, it's just a whole different ball game.
yeah.
But so now that the season's over for you, like what is life like for Camilo? What do you do now?
Right now, just I'm just training right now by myself and my brother, and but I'm about to leave in next week to Dallas to train up there with some of my boys that are in the same situation as me, and yeah, and then I'm just working electric on the side, pretty much electricity.
Hey man, you gotta make that money. Gotta make
Yeah,
that money. Yeah.
so that's pretty much it. It's been electric training, and then about to leave next week to Dallas.
Yeah, I love to hear it. I love every time, whenever I get on Instagram, I get on, the account. I love seeing y'all, y'all working. I know all y'all don't post it all the time, but for
Yeah,
y'all that do, I mean, I love to see that because, like, that's y'all putting in that work,
yeah.
y'all getting ready, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
always,
hope we get everybody back. So we'll see. We'll see with next season though.
yeah, we'll see, but yeah, I hope for everyone that doesn't get that NFL shot, I hope we can come back together because I this team is so loaded
Oh
that
yeah, it
I
was.
think with the right some of the if we could just shore up a few things, I mean, I think y'all championship pedigree for real. Um,
And with Kyle,
oh
Kyle
yeah,
being
Kyle
healthy.
coming back, getting healthy, hopefully, because I mean, I
We'll see. We'll see if he comes back.
yeah, because I mean, anything's possible,
Anything
I
can
mean, there's
happen. It's because there's a lot of leagues now. A lot of I mean, not a lot of leagues, but you got the XFL, you got USFL, and then you got I mean NFL. You got
CFL,
two picked up, but like you got two to pick from
yeah,
for some of the guys.
which is, I mean, we never seen it because I mean, like the XFL knew that the AAF, was going to be a thing, but then they folded, and then the USFL kind of planned around the XFL being a thing, and then they folded. So this is going to be the first time that we've had two leagues like at the same time, like that are like fighting for talented players. Man, it's going to it's going to be different. We've never seen
Yeah.
anything like this. I
No, it's
mean,
gonna be exciting for it's gonna be exciting for the fans, for spring league fans, like
oh,
I mean, even
absolutely,
it's good for football fans, and it's just having it year round, just like basketball, baseball, and
hmm,
having that, that's a plus for even for guys that like in my situation are looking for an opportunity to keep playing, to keep their dream alive.
absolutely, and especially like there's for every one of you that there's five other dudes that are feeling like you, and if you got two leagues, like that's just more opportunity for more dudes to get that chance. So yeah, as long as dudes are getting paid to play the sport that they love and live out a dream, like
Mhm.
that's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, that's amazing. So assuming that you do come back for a second season, what are some of the goals that you have for yourself and also like for the team in general?
I mean, right now, it's just my goal is just getting in shape and hopefully, be a be a be really be really good. I mean, yeah, just be in shape and just to help out the team, and right now, just yeah, just really my goal right now is just worrying about what tomorrow is. It's just got trying to get better every day. Take and I can't really think far ahead from now.
I can
And
respect that.
I'm more of a guy like I'll take a day like I gotta be, my goal is to finish out the whole day and that'll be it. And then I'll worry about tomorrow. So I live I mean, more in the moment type of guy. So I can't really, really know about the goals for next year. When it comes, we'll set the standard from when we have our first practice and see where the guys at.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Everybody's different. Everybody sees things differently, and they go through stuff differently. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. I feel you on that one. So, I've asked you a lot of like football questions and just stuff
Yeah.
like that. But like, this is something I was gonna ask you earlier, but I kind of saved it towards the end. So like, you told me that you were Samoan and Tongan. Is it
Yeah.
Tongan? So like, what is that? How has that impacted your life? How is being because I mean that's completely different than what a lot of
Yeah.
people might go through and just being
I mean,
regular.
I don't know. I mean, it really, being, my culture, being Tongan and Samoan. I mean, I'm more of on the Tongan side, but it really impacted a lot. You just, growing up is we always, my parents, fed us, always respect others and stay humble and the number one thing is always have God first, and that's pretty much, I mean, that's throughout you go to any Tongan and Samoan. Um, that's the first thing growing up. Before you learn you learn to praise the Lord and just respect it. That's pretty much it. And just yeah, like if you go to Tonga, and Tonga will be the only island that shuts down everything except the hospitals. Like all businesses, like Sundays are off, like an off day. The only place that that even when I was in Samoa, growing up in Samoa, in my village in Samoa, growing up, I experienced it a little bit. From what I remember, is like we couldn't play outside. We had to be inside the house. Like we finished everything on Saturday. I think Samoa do that too. Samoa do that too. They shut off everything, but Saturday, you prepare for Sunday. It's like you prepare everything for Sunday, and like and yeah, pretty much like Sunday is like a holy day. Like you don't do nothing. You can't watch TV. So I didn't really know about football until I got to Hawaii. So so and then yeah, because it was always like coming out on Sunday, and you didn't really much watch football, and yeah, pretty much Sundays is for the Lord. So yeah,
Yeah, that's that's awesome. Because I mean, everybody's got different cultures and stuff. So it's always good to just
yeah,
see people talk about their culture, where they come from. So yeah, I always love to have that.
damn.
Um,
No.
so one of the last few things that I have isn't. It's not really a question. It's more of trying to tell people about the player tokens that they have on the USFL website.
I see.
Which I mean, I'm still kind of learning
I
about that
really
stuff.
don't know about the players token. I mean,
I know.
they talked about it. I heard about it, and I'm like, I don't know how that works.
Well, you have one, which
Do I?
not everyone on the team has one, but you have one. You're one of the few
For real?
that does. Yes. So for everybody that is listening, and I guess for you too. So basically, it's just kind of like an NFT that you can kind of think of it like a football card, but it's like digitally, and there's only 100 of them. So there's only 100 of those of you. So only 100 people could have one of those,
Yeah.
and they cost like it's like 20. It's you buy it online with like currency, but
Can I buy
it
it myself? Can I buy my own?
I think yeah. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't. But
Oh, get it.
one of the
I
cool
already know
things
how to.
about those is that the players get 55%. So it's like 22 US dollars to buy that, and the players get 55% of that.
Oh
So
wow.
for anybody that buys one of your tokens, some of that money goes back to you. And
Oh
also it's basically like
yeah.
owning a football card of you. So
Man, that's
so if
dope. I didn't
if
know. I didn't know that I had one.
yeah, yeah, there's only a couple. I mean, I don't know exactly how many are on every team,
Yeah.
but every team has like a certain amount of players that have them. But yeah, you do have one. So now
I
that
should check it out.
you could tell your family members to go, buy a few of them. And for
That's
everybody
big
that's
on
listening,
NFT, huh?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, thank you for letting me know, bro. Like I really didn't know that I had one. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
But how
learning.
can
I'm
you
gonna
check
try.
that? How can you check all that?
So I'm pretty sure it's USFLfan2.com. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
For
And
sure.
that's where you can also buy like the team tokens, which those are like it's kind of similar. Those are like I think it's like 60 some dollars, but
Yeah.
you get like $30 at the merchandise store. So if you buy something, you get $30 off, and there's also certain stuff during the season that you can get too if you buy the team tokens. Like you can meet coaches, meet players like Camilo. You can meet executives like Moose, and
Yeah.
you get on the sideline. So yeah, there's really cool perks with buying this stuff. And the main thing with the player tokens is that you're helping these guys out. You're putting some money back in their pockets while you also get to buy something that you can have forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you are watching this, and if you've got the extra money, go help this man out, go buy a player token. There's only
Thank you.
100 of them, so
Thank you if you do buy one.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna try to slowly but surely start buying y'all, so I know I can at least have one for everybody
Yeah.
that's on there. I'm pretty sure if you got like a player of the week or something like that, I'm pretty sure you got one. And then there's some players that even though they didn't get that stuff, they still got one, like you.
I see.
Um, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much everything I've got for you.
For,
Um,
well,
like
thank
I
you for
said,
having me, man.
oh, absolutely. Like I was about to reiterate what I said earlier. You know, I appreciate you coming on and taking time. I know that you guys had a family event going on for.
Yeah.
I think you said it was your niece,
Yeah.
but yeah, I appreciate you taking time out of family to do this. Um, this is a great interview, by the way. You did a really good job. So
Well, thank you, bro.
absolutely. Hopefully, at some point, you know, maybe I'll get you back on again and kind of
Yeah.
catch up, see what's going on. But until then, it's your boy Leaux signing off. By the way, Kamilo, you can find him on Instagram if you want. It's
It's
remain
remain
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. Yes,
Mhm.
sir.
And then are you on Twitter?
Yeah, this is my full name. 48.
Okay, I thought you were on Twitter, but yeah. So go follow him on Twitter. Go follow him on Instagram. Make sure you check out his player token. And like I said, if you've got the money, you know you could buy it, help this man out. But until next time,
Yes,
catch
sir.
y'all later.
All right, boss. Thank you.